In this video, I am showing how I set things up for a potluck. So if you've got a potluck coming up anytime in the near future and you need some countertop or table ideas, keep watching. If you're new to my channel, I'm Denise Jordan and I teach women to make wise home, health, and beauty decisions. So if you want to learn more about running a household, subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of the TNT community. It is always delightful when family and friends come over for a potluck. Everyone brings a dish, and of course, all the dishes are different colors. But the biggest issue is, where do you put everything? How do you set it up? So I'm going to show you how I set things up on my counter. So let's get into it. So this is an example of how I set things up when I'm hosting a potluck here at the Jordan household. Sometimes I'll put something like this, and this is just a simple plant stand that I don't put plants on, but I use it as a riser, and I will often put my plates up here so people can always see where they are. They can just pick up a plate, and then they can help themselves as they make their way around the counter. I'll also put just a couple of little greeneries, just a little bit of some florals to add just a little bit of decor underneath this stand. And then if I'm going to do flowers, I'll put flowers in the vase right here. And then oftentimes we'll have something like collard greens or maybe something else that has a lot of juice in it. Maybe there's a bean soup, a vegetable soup, maybe a stew. But most often with a big gathering, it's going to be collard greens. And so I will put them in this soup tureen here. And then I will either put in something like this to dip with, or I'll put this slotted spoon here so that some of the liquids can drain out as they go. And you'll notice that all the dishes are a different color because that's what happens when you're having a potluck. Everyone brings something, so of course nothing matches, and that is the beauty and the joy of having family come together. So maybe I'd have out a dish like this, and maybe we'd have, macaroni and cheese in this dish, and maybe there'd be corn in this dish. We've got our collard greens over here. Sorry about that. We've got our collard greens over here. Over here we've got another dish of something that someone brings, maybe baked beans. I'll also put a dish down here, and maybe I'll have some other kind of a casserole kind of thing down here. Could be, could be another kind of mac and cheese. It could be a different kind of baked beans, or just something else. Could be dressing, or whatever people are bringing over. And then I'll have this dish set up here too. So if we're having mashed potatoes, I'll tend to put mashed potatoes with a big clump of butter right in the center in this particular dish, because I can pop this in the oven, let it stay warm, and then bring it out, set it here on the counter, and then just add a spoon so that people can serve themselves there. And then I tend to put this dish here, this platter, for whatever kind of meat we're going to have. And if we're having two different kinds of meat, maybe chicken wings or something like that, or meatballs, I'll tend to put those in this dish. So ham or turkey or something like that on this dish. And then, like I said, the chicken wings and meatballs and those kind of things in this dish. And then I'll tend to have some little pincers like this so you can pick things up with them. And then behind this dish, I've also got a nice little bowl for gravy. And this is my cranberry sauce dish. Whenever we're having cranberry sauce, it always goes in this. This was my grandmother's, and she always had cranberry sauce in it, so that's what I put in it. And this dish was my grandmother's, and I always put corn in it because it seems like I remember that's what she always had in it. Not that I couldn't put other things in it, but when I'm having a potluck and the family's coming over, they like to see these two pieces so that they know there's a little bit of grandma that's still here. So that's how I'll set things up there. And then if I'm having any kind of condiments, like if I need the hot sauce out, if we're having a lettuce salad and we need salad dressings, I'll tend to set those back here. And of course you notice that I put a tablecloth over the counter and then set things up on top of that. I usually don't move these things here unless I'm really in need of the counter space. If I'm going to have food that goes all the way to here, then I'll take those things off the countertop and put them away, and then if I need to lay food out there. And before I show you what's behind me, let me bring you up closer so you can see this, and then we'll see what's behind me. So I've got some spoon rests right here so that people can always put the spoon on the spoon rest if they don't put it back in the dish. And here's the table right here, and you notice the only thing on the table is salt and pepper shakers and this little centerpiece, which I can move if I need to, but I allow people to sit here at the table when I'm having a potluck because my mom is not very good at holding plates and things on her lap now. So I will usually put the leaf in the table so we can either set 6 or 7 or 8 here. So that's why there's no food on the table. Now let's look at the counter where I keep the drinks. And this is the chest where I keep my flatware, and I will set it out here so that people can get in there and get out what they need. I'll tend to have it a little more organized than what it is right now, but this is where I keep the flatware. And then I'll have some bottled pop, some bottled water, and then I will tend to have an ice bucket here, and then over here I'll set up some glasses, and then if they need more glasses they can reach up here in the cabinet and get those. But here are some tall glasses, here's some mason jars because some people want the mason jars, some people prefer the glasses. And then I'll have either the iced tea and the lemonade in these pitchers right here. My Ray-Done dessert plates are right here, so if we're having dessert and people need to find where the dessert plates are, they're always right here and they can get at them without any problem. Let me take this opportunity to thank Cynthia Shesobless, Mysterious Alberta, and Designs by V for hosting this collaboration because they wanted to know how do you set things up for a potluck. They wanted a tablescape that was suitable for a potluck, and they knew that different people would have different ideas. And when I'm having a potluck, I don't let the people sit at the table, so I put all my things over at the counter. So that's why you see things set up on the counter instead of on the table. Now, if you're not familiar with Designs by V, Cynthia Shesobless, or Mysterious Alberta, you are truly missing out because all three of them are very lovely ladies. So I will link their channel below so that you can check them out. And I will also link the playlist so that you can see all the other ideas that the creators have shared with us. So tell me in the comment section below, which of my ideas did you find most interesting? Tell me in the comment section. And if you like this setup, I invite you to take a look at my Jordan Family Thanksgiving, where I actually have the counter all set up and food is actually in place. So check that out. And I do have some other tablescapes that you might also enjoy. And I would love to have you join me for my Moonlight Clean with Me. Check out my invite video and you can get all the details. And just so you know, I've raised 3 children. I've managed a home for more than 45 years, and I'm a nurse by profession. So if you want to learn more about running a household, subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of the TNT community. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying goodbye. I will see you in the next video.